everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Greta and I like to do videos on perfume and other luxury items. Today's video, as promised, is another top 10 summer fragrances, but this time for night. Now usually nights are a little cooler, we can go a little more intense, and you may or may not be indoors in air conditioning. Again, if we're talking heat wave and you're outside in its mercy, I do like the freshies. So this one, I'm gonna push it a little bit, that we're in air conditioning, that it is cooler in the evening, and that we can have a little bit of fun without being cloying. So let's see, the first one we have here is BDK Pac Ce Soir. This one is a sweet fragrance, does have some projection, it has great longevity too. For me, we have Mandarin Orange, Ginger, and Black Pepper in the opening, which I really like that ginger. It gives a little bit of pop along with the pepper. We have middle notes of Quince, which is very sweet, Moroccan Jasmine, Orange Blossom, in a base of Cashmeran, Amberwood, and Singapore Patchouli. This one. And that dry down is a nice, comfortable, comforting kind of vanilla. But in the beginning, in the opening, and in the middle, you do get like all these little like pops, almost like a little star. You've got like a pop of ginger and a pop of pepper. You have like the citrus going on. You have like this little explosion of notes. But it settles into a nice, creamy, sweet, comforting fragrance. It's really easy to like. This one is wonderful, Pac Ce Soir. The next one we have is newer, and I have really fallen in love with it. So the next one is, and you've probably seen some influencers talk about it, is the Whispers of Truth Noir by House of Sillage. I just think this is so banging. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're familiar with the original House of Sillage, Whispers of Truth, it's similar to like Mancera's Instant Crush or Baccarat Rouge. I'm gonna say closer to Instant Crush because it has that citrus to it, but it's more elegant in that Baccarat Rouge is just done better, I think, and uses better ingredients, but it is that citrus combo, but it's a smoother citrus, not really like, I feel like Mancera's Instant Crush reminds me of like when you have margaritas with cheap sour mix, and then by the second or third you get like this like hairball in the back of your throat, like you just can't do any more of those, like just this scratchy thing in your throat. That's how Mancera Instant Crush is to me. I don't know, maybe not you, but it is to me. This one is just smoother, and then they added this smoke to it, which is weird because for me, I'm careful with tobacco, leather, and smoke. And honestly, even with my food, I don't like a lot of smokiness in my food. I don't like very many smoked foods. And it's not fire like last night's clothes. I think like by the fireside reminds me of you're wearing last night's clothes that happen to be smoke filled, and I just don't like it. Don't know what they did, but I love it. I love it. And you still get like 85%, 80% is still that Whispers of Truth. And I just love it because it's so original, and that smokiness makes it okay to wear in the heat, which is why I'm really loving this right now. And every time I wear this, I get mad compliments, like mad compliments. And honestly, compliments aren't easy these days. People are afraid to compliment you, especially where I live. Like, they're afraid. They don't want to offend you. They are so afraid, especially in the workplace, to give you a compliment. So I'm just putting it out there. You can compliment me. You can always compliment me. I am never going to be mad at you for complimenting me. Never. And I think most of the men in my life know this. You can always compliment me. Whew. Yeah, no problem with it. But I love this one. If you want like a boom shakalaka sweet fragrance with a little bit of smokiness to it, a little bit of leather there too, but it's not like a leather fragrance. Like Spirito Fiorentino is too much leather for me. I find that one masculine. I find this one dead down the center. Like this would be amazing on either one. Kind of like Baccarat Rouge is just, I think this is more down the center than Baccarat Rouge even. Like it's just, yeah, I think they slayed it with this one. So, and you know, everyone's different. Everyone's chemistry is different. Everyone's going to have a different reaction to it. There are people that love a fragrance that just doesn't work on my skin. That just happens with all of them, and they're all subjective, right? And then if you look at notes, let's do this next one next, because if Maison Francis Kurkdjian taught us anything, it's that you can't go by Fragrantica's notes and say, oh, it has the same notes as this, so it must smell like that. No. Case in point, Gentle Fluidity Gold has the exact same notes as the silver, and they're polar opposites. This one's very warm, that one's very cool. I find this more cozy, comforting. That one crisp, sharp, refreshing. They're the identical notes. This one is warm and cozy, has like a vanilla warm to it, but there is the coolness of the juniper berries are very cooling. What else is in here that's very cooling? There's something else. Nutmeg and coriander. Those are spices that are very cooling. But this still has the vanilla and the amber in there that make it warm and cozy. And some musky and woody notes. And the dry down is beautiful. You just get this musky, ambery vanilla, but it's not cloying. It just gets a little closer to the skin, and it's just this warm, cozy feeling. Really like this one, and because it's not blasting at you and it's not an intense amber vanilla, it's really, this will work in the heat. Really high heat in your outdoors, I'd say switch to the silver, because when you're dying and sweltering, or if you don't have air conditioning, you don't want anything on your skin except maybe like a cold shower, and that will feel like a cold shower, those bright citruses. Next one is somewhat new. It came out last year in the summer, and it was a big hit last summer as it was new. All influencers were talking about it. And this summer, I'm shocked nobody's really bringing it up again. And it's like yesterday's news. And I'm like, okay, it just came out. But La Nuit Nude. I really, really like this one because it has that DNA of La Nuit Trésor. That's sweet, sultry, but they add this vanilla coconut to it. So you'll get that nice evening type scent that you're looking for with a little bit more drama, but you have that vanilla and coconut giving you that summertime vibe. I just love this one. It has bergamot, and then the middle is rose with a base of coconut vanilla. But you 100% get that sweet La Nuit Trésor DNA in here. That is there. That may not be listed there in Fragrantica. It's 100% in there. And the dry down is this beautiful, beautiful coconut vanilla musk. I just, this is a killer. This is perfect for summer nighttime right here. Who might have not included Raja, right? You guys know he's my #1 guy. And I chose this collection. Now, if you have any of them in this collection, I'm going to say go for this summer evening. They're amazing. The Essence line. They are less oil, so there's more alcohol, meaning it's going to evaporate faster. So what you smell when you smell a fragrance is the evaporation. So you will smell a more intense perfume initially because it's evaporating fast, right? So it won't last as long, but you're going to get that projection and you're going to smell it more. I just think plus because it's a lighter formulation also, right? With that more alcohol is a lighter formulation, and it just, they're all so beautiful and elegant, and you're not going to go wrong. I actually wore this one today. It dries down. This is the sweetest one of them all, and it dries down to this like violet, it has this violet candy kind of note in there. So if you're wondering what that smells like, violet candies, Guerlain Insolence, which he used to be a perfumer at Guerlain before he went on his own, I think 8 years ago. So violet candies is like insolence, but insolence is very rudimentary. It's very like simplistic. Whereas that is a facet in here. That is just one little slice you get from the complexity in here. but it's very beautiful, and it does dry down with that candied kind of feel, which is beautiful. But again, you can get it, you know, I love 51, you know, I love Elixir. They're all good. I would say the best deals I found on these is going to the department stores with their sales, and they're like $200, and then you can get their like promos. So I'll try to leave a couple links down here. Reckless, really like that one by Rajadov. The next one, I wanted to pick an Amouage. So, and I will do the top 10 of Amouage. I do tend to find the Secret Garden collection really nice in the spring and summer. They just tend to cater to what you're looking for, aside from also Sunshine. Like, I just think those are the best summer ones. And this one is just what you're thinking, like your pink florals are in here. There's a little bit of suede, but it's not like you're getting a suede fragrance or a leather fragrance. It's more like there's some texture on the rose petals. Like there's this, it's a texturized feel to it. You're really getting, like you're smelling a bouquet of flowers. You're getting that floral sweet kind of smell, but it's not simplistic like that. There's also some sweetness, and there's more complexities to it than just a simple floral. This one has top notes of Heliotrope and Bergamot, middle notes of Amaretto and Cherry Blossom, which, Cherry Blossom, yes. And Ylang-Ylang and Rose. So there's all your like pink florals. The Ylang-Ylang is actually a yellow floral. And then the base is Tonka Bean, Vanilla, Suede, and Amber. So you get that Tonka Bean, Vanilla, creamy vanilla. The amber giving it, again, that like grit to it. And the florals, like the florals are center stage, and they're just kind of, those florals are crafted with the creamy vanilla and the amber around it. But it's really that pink floral. So pretty, so pretty. Such a pretty fragrance, but with that amber in there, it gives it a little bit of grit for the nighttime in the summer. It's very nice. The next one is another favorite of mine, and I get so many compliments on this one. And it's actually one of the more affordable ones in the collection and more common, so you can find it discounted places, is Tiziano Terenzi Kirka. Kirka is along the lines of La Vie Est Belle, has that fruity floral smell, and the prominent fruit is pear when you open it. Same here. This one just is Tiziano Terenzi, Xerjoff. They're just beasts with longevity, with projection, and I can be outdoors with this. It is not too much in the heat with my body working up with sports, and I'm totally okay. I sprayed in my hair so that even if I'm bundled up, it's like tossing in the wind, and yeah, leaving a bit just like a bewitching kind of trail. This one is passion fruit, peach, pear, raspberry, cassis in the opening. So this whole beautiful juicy fruit bowl with some sand and a middle note of lily of the valley, which to me is like a watery floral. I'm not crazy about it. In a base of musk, vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, and heliotrope. So a very creamy vanilla base. So a fruit bowl in a creamy vanilla base. It's exactly what you get. And I love it. I love this one. The next one is designer, popular, not new, bunch of flankers. I love to pick the flanker, but the flanker has now been discontinued. So Armani C, sorry, it's not in the traditional bottle. If you have the pink C Fiori, I love that one. Love that one. I don't know why they discontinued it. They had it for a year and that was it. The original is also beautiful. It has the top note of cassis, which is like blackberry. And the middle notes of May Rose, Freesia, in a base of vanilla, patchouli, ambroxan, and woody notes. Stunning and beautiful in the summertime. You don't have to worry. This one does not go cloying. It is a beautiful fruity floral in the summertime that lasts. And it's very elegant smelling. The next one, of course, I had to pick a Xerjoff for you. And of course, I wanted to go with a fruity floral Xerjoff. I love their fruity fragrances. They're just so good and so realistic and just such powerful fruits in there. I was thinking Cruz del Sur too because of the mango tropical fruits in there. However, that one doesn't mix on everyone very well. There's some people out there, and a really good portion of them, it's either their skin chemistry it doesn't mix on, or their olfactory sensors just don't register it the same way, and it has the opposite effect. It's very revolting to them, which is just, you either love it or hate it. So instead I chose La Capitale, which is another one of, it's very similar but different fruits, and I don't see that divisive reaction to it. This one has top notes of strawberry, caramel, peach, and labdanum, which is leathery. And then middle notes are saffron, which is spicy, leather, amber, ginger to give that pop, rose, in a base of bourbon, vanilla, and benzoin. So it's in this beautiful creamy vanilla base. And you mean, wow, this isn't 2 hours later? Because I had to refilm this. These strips are 2 hours later. And I really still get that strawberry peach in here with that creamy bourbon vanilla base. But you absolutely still smell that strawberry peach. That's what this one is. It's a strawberry peach fragrance. And it's a very realistic smell. It's not an artificial kind of smell. This one's fantastic. I mean, if you like Cruz del Sur too, you should check out La Capitale because it's along those lines, but different fruits. So good. And the last one is a Fragrance du Bois. Fragrance du Bois, if you like ouds and you're okay with ouds and you're familiar with ouds, you're usually good with oud in the summer. And you know that ouds can definitely be worn in the summer. I mean, they're very popular in the Middle East, and let's be honest, they have a lot of hot temperatures there. So oud joint intense, which means yellow, and it's because of the yellow florals in here, like the tiara flower. In here are top notes of Tahitian tiara flower, pineapple and fruity notes, and ylang-ylang. Those are your yellow flowers and tropical fruits. And middle notes are jasmine white flowers and orange blossom in a base of vanilla, musk, and oud. This is so good. It's really a sweet tropical fruit, tropical flower, and then you have that base of oud that grounds it. It's not an oudy fragrance. This is a great one if you're new to ouds because it is sweet, tropical floral, and all of that just goes so well in the summer. It's the fragrances that you want to be wearing that I need to wear this one some more. This one's fantastic. So those are my 10. It's honestly so hard to choose because there's so many great options out there. This isn't to say these are the best 10 in the world, only wear these. These are just really options for you because there's so many great ones out there. It's just such a vast world of fragrances and there's so many good ones to explore. But these are, if you're trying to find some new ones or if you're wondering what you should be turning to in the heat and what'll be okay, these are all great options. They're all gonna smell amazing for that nighttime where you want a little bit more power to your nighttime fragrance, but you don't wanna be cloying. So great options for you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Take care.